Good Thursday evening, December 5th, and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The city of East Wenatchee has a roughly $800,000 gap in its new budget. 3 out of 4 defendants in a Moses Lake drug conspiracy case have now pleaded guilty to federal charges. One more day of clouds and cool temperatures tomorrow, with changes coming this weekend. I'll have your full local weather forecast coming up. An East Wenatchee man was jailed yesterday after allegedly firing off a handgun during a road rage incident outside Leavenworth. The confrontation happened shortly before 1 p.m. 33-year-old Daniel Robert Stevens is accused of tailgating another motorist while eastbound about 14 miles west of the city on Highway 2, aiming the weapon as he passed and then firing shots in the air and toward the other vehicle after moving ahead of them. The 2 men in the victim vehicle were not hurt and their truck was not damaged. Chelan County deputies, the Washington State Patrol, and Fish and Wildlife Police cooperated to locate Stevens about 2.5 hours later, driving a Jeep Cherokee up Chumstick Highway. He allegedly told police the occupants of the other vehicle had thrown fireworks out of their truck. He faces a possible charge of drive-by shooting. The city of East Wenatchee has a roughly $800,000 gap in its new budget. City council members adopted the financial plan Tuesday with roughly $10.2 million in anticipated revenues and $11 million in expenses. Mayor Gerald Crawford says the city will dip into its general fund to backstop the shortfall. Among other costs, the deficit is attributed in part to rising costs at the Chelan County Jail, where East Wenatchee and other municipalities must pay to house people arrested ahead of trial. Next year, if the city will pay just over $1 million for jail services, almost 6.5% more than 2024. East Wenatchee plans a series of workshops next year to address concerns over the city's finances. Chelan County PUD has welcomed 3 senior managers in the last few months. After 31 years serving on Chelan PUD's energy planning, trading, and conservation team, Janet Jaspers was named the Chief Energy Resources Officer in mid-July. Sridhar Krishnan, who was most recently Deputy Director of Finance and Administration at the City of Kirkland, joined the PUD in August as Chief Financial and Risk Officer. The latest hire is Dan Koch, who came to Wenatchee as the first Chief Operating Officer. Koch's most recent role was as Vice President of Energy Delivery at Puget Sound Energy. Around the Thanksgiving holiday last week, the restrooms at Wenatchee's Lincoln Park suffered severe vandalism over the course of a few days. The bathroom was tagged with graffiti before Thanksgiving on November 26th. A second tagging took place November 29th. And then on Sunday, a trash can was lit on fire, which covered almost everything in the bathroom in black residue. The city of Wenatchee placed an order for toilet enclosures due to the extent of the damages. The city's Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Services Department anticipates fixing the damages, but officials are unsure how much it will cost. When we come back, we will tell you about a local man who has gained some podcast attention, and we'll tell you about Leavenworth-based peanut brittle enthusiast Vicky Barber, who owns a local small business called Ramblin' Rivers Candy Company. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Let Merry Maids custom cleaning experts help you clean up your to-do list. Between work, kids, and pets, it's hard to find time to keep up. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee help. Merry Maids cleaning experts can help keep your home or business fresh, neat, and exactly how you'd clean it, if only you had the time. Call now for a free estimate, 509-663-1710. Serving Chelan and Douglas counties, Merry Maids, let us help.
Are you a good listener? Do you stay curious when exploring conflicts? Can you manage emotions in stressful situations? Do you want to help people create solutions that work for each person's needs, lives, and culture? We need people like you to learn to be volunteer mediators, and we're here to help. Contact your local dispute resolution center to discuss your interests and learn about training opportunities.
3 out of 4 defendants in a Moses Lake drug conspiracy case have now pleaded guilty to federal charges. All 4 were charged in January in a 7-count indictment by U.S. Attorney Vanessa Waldriff, alleging they organized a conspiracy to sell methamphetamine. The latest, Solomon Valle Chevarria, entered a plea last month to a federal count of meth distribution. He'll be sentenced in March. Prosecutors say he was also the source of a handgun allegedly used by Christopher Valle Maciel to kill 23-year-old Armando Benavides in November of 2023. One other defendant is now serving 18 months in prison for his guilty plea, and a third awaits sentencing on a plea to unlawfully using a cell phone to arrange drug sales. The fourth defendant, Jose Mauricio Rodriguez Sanchez, faces trial in February on 4 counts of methamphetamine distribution. Wenatchee musician and show promoter Joel Myrene is the founder of the Apple Valley Vinyl Record Expo, an irregular gathering of music collectors centered around the Oddfellow Hall in Wenatchee. The expo, happening next in May, has gained some podcast attention. Joel appears this week on the latest episode of Exploring Washington State, a podcast about people and places throughout Washington. Joel is also hosting a concert this upcoming Saturday at the Oddfellows Hall with star Anna, Deep Green Sea, and other performers. You can visit exploringwashingtonstate.com to hear him talk about that, as well as the Wenatchee music scene in general. A Leavenworth-based brittle enthusiast, Vicky Barber, owns a local small business, Ramblin' Rivers Candy Company, which was featured at the Pybus Public Market Holiday Market. Barber offers homemade peanut butter peanut brittle, which is dairy-free, gluten-free, and vegan. For more details or to shop, contact Barber or stop by Pybus Market. This is part of a series on local artisans NCWLIFE News and the Wenatchee World are highlighting during the holiday season.
My name is Vicky Barber, and the name of my business is Ramblin' River Candy Company. So I make homemade peanut butter peanut brittle. It's different than regular brittle because it has peanut butter in it. So it's softer, doesn't stick to your teeth, and so people with dental work can eat it. It's a recipe that's been in my family for several generations, and I've actually been making it for over 50 years. Each batch, from probably putting stuff in the pan to putting it in the package, is about a half hour each. And I typically have 2 pots going on my stove. I'm able to stagger them. And so I've got a whole system down in my kitchen. Well, right now I've got a lot on hand. I've been making brittle for several weeks. In fact, I'm making it in my sleep. And so if they were to call me up and they're fairly local, I could get it to them today or tomorrow. So when I retired in 2018 and moved back to Washington from Southern California, I'm the kind of person that needs to stay busy. So I thought, oh shoot, what can I do? You know, and so I thought, well, maybe I'll do farmers markets. And so because I'd been making this since I was in junior high, I started the business and went through all the paperwork and started selling it at the Leavenworth and the Roslyn farmers markets before COVID hit. I haven't done any farmers markets in a while, and I just thought, I think I'll just see what's going on. So I signed up for 6 markets on both sides of the mountains. So this is the third one of the season. I have 3 more to go. Well, I have a business card. I have a cottage foods permit, so I can't sell to stores to do resale, and I can't mail it, so I don't have a website. So it's just kind of by word of mouth and at different craft fairs and things like that.
Coming up next, we will bring you our weekly Paws for Pets feature, where we will introduce you to Rosie the dog, one of the animals up for adoption at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. More clouds and cool temperatures in the forecast again tomorrow, with rain and warmer weather on tap for Saturday. I'll have all the details coming up in your full local weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Between juggling groceries, preparing meals, and lending a helping hand, you're a hero without a cape. But who's there to support you? Aging and Adult Care honors caregivers like you, the relatives, friends, and neighbors, helping loved ones remain safely at home. Aging and Adult Care offers chore services, respite, personal care, and more. Serving Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Lincoln, Adams, and Okanagan counties, call Aging and Adult Care at 1-800-572-4459 for caregiver support.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Stay warm this holiday season with the latest high-quality fashions from Vuori, Patagonia, and North Face. Lake Chelan Sports has a huge selection with boots and gloves to match. Find it in downtown Chelan.
Walking on Wooden is Chelan's newest casual boutique. Update your wardrobe with the latest casual fashions from Johnson & Murphy, Free People, and UGG. Look for WOW on Wooden Avenue in downtown Chelan.
Rosie is a sweet and very adoptable husky mix who'd love to learn some tricks from you. She's the star this week of our regular feature with the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Paws for Pets.
Paws for Pets is presented to you by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Merry Maids, the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center.
How old do we think Rosie is?
She's, we think, around 2-ish, 3 maybe. Not super old, but all we have to go off is her teeth, so. Rosie was originally a stray, I believe. She went through hold and has been here ever since, unfortunately. She's always really active and kind of one of those diamond in the rough dogs. She gets overlooked a lot because people think, you know, she looks like a husky shepherd thing, and she's actually really great. A couple of our volunteers take her on runs, and she does dog zoomies, which is the treadmill, and she loves other dogs and people, so. We've had her for a few months now. She did our Cascade event with us, so that was October 22nd, and she was here before that for, I believe, a month, so a couple months. She's definitely a will do anything for treats kind of dog. She loves to please, she loves to play. She's kind of a flower child, if you will. She is very bubbly and bouncy, and she's always very eager to meet everyone, and as you can see with treats, she is very attentive. And she's super smart, so she's really good at picking up new things that we're training her. Kind of like what we were doing with this bar here. She's really willing to learn, and so I think that's one of the great things about her is that she's very easy to train. The one thing that we've noticed is that she does like to run around, and if she sees pigeons and whatnot, she'll be like, oh my gosh, okay, they want to play with me, and then she'll run away. So other than that, she does mellow quite a bit. Once she's done like office fosters and things like that, she is pretty mellow and will just kind of hunker down. So we know that she can have an alternative side rather than just being an energetic and exciting pup. She also could be a bit of a couch potato. So So Rosie does playgroup with us. She's actually one of the dogs that we choose to do introductions to playgroup. So dogs that may have not ever been tested with us to do playgroup. She's one of those easy dogs that we know gets along with most others. And so she's very good with other dogs within our care. We don't have any cats to test her out with, so we don't know how she does a whole bunch with cats. Because she has kind of chased around pigeons, we would assume that if something's moving pretty fast, she'd be like, oh my gosh, what is that kind of thing. She hasn't displayed any kind of negative behavior with us here, other than just wanting to jump and be in your lap a little bit. So we think she would probably be okay with kids. As you can tell, she's really easy to handle, and other than doing some pulling because she's a little young and really excited to get out of the kennel, once she does like runs and stuff with our volunteers, she's really mellow. She lets you touch her all over. She is definitely one of those diamond in the rough dogs that gets overlooked quite a bit. So you can come in and you can do a meet and greet with her. We are open every day except for Wednesdays, starting at 12:30. And then other than that, you can always look on our website. You can see all the dogs we have up for adoption. Rosie is one of those, and we try to get as updated pictures as we can. And then you can come in and meet her.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. Paws for Pets is presented to you by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Mary Maids, the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center.
No, don't lick the camera.
Time now for a check of your north central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a fantastic Thursday and more of those clouds and cool temperatures out there as we take a look outside our weather window at our NCWLIFE tower camera. And this is up at Lake Wenatchee. Can't see the mountains back there, but you can see the lake and also Kaler Glen Golf Course. But boy, once again, that low cloud deck all around north central Washington and points east. And we will see this weather trend persist into our Friday with more of these low clouds tomorrow. We'll see some possible patchy freezing fog, also some drizzle, and maybe even some flurries, and that'll be generally above 4,000 feet, but it's going to last one more day. And then as we get into this weekend, things will warm up, and we, at least here, will see some rain showers on Saturday, but not ruling out a light wintry mix in some locations around north central Washington. That includes the Cascades and Okanagan valleys. I think you folks in Waterville and maybe over into Moses Lake could see a mix of rain and snow, and that'll be Saturday before our weather gets nice into next week. We'll talk more about that coming up to a little bit. 34, our unofficial high temperature today. That's been consistent throughout this week. 36 is where we should be for a high temperature this time of year. Our record high, 48 degrees, and that was set in 2012. 31 this morning. 26 is our normal low, and our record cold 8 degrees set in 1984. Sunrise this morning 7:33 and the sun set at 4:11. All right, getting you into those Friday temperatures and our next upcoming weekend. A carbon copy of today once again. 36 Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Quincy. 35 then up Highway 97 from Wenatchee through Eniat into Chelan. 36 for Omak, the cool spot tomorrow. Once again, Lake Wenatchee with a high temperature of 31 degrees. Taking a look at tonight, we can expect patchy fog once again. Area of high pressure in eastern Washington still providing that ridge over the Pacific Northwest, but that low cloud deck persisting tonight. Some fog, cloudy, cold tonight too. Mid to upper 20s for overnight lows. For your Friday, there you have it. That cloud deck stays with us for Friday. Still cool. High temperatures tomorrow into the mid-30s, and then as we get you into the upcoming weekend, things will change a little bit. Our area of high pressure will slide down into the desert southwest. That'll bring a very wet westerly flow our way, an 80% chance of rain on Saturday, cloudy skies, but notice that high temperatures will jump up into the lower 40s, and then high pressure returns as we get into the end of the weekend. Maybe some clouds Sunday and a sprinkle, and then some partly cloudy skies in the afternoon. afternoon, but notice this. Highs in the mid-40s as we get into Sunday. That'll almost be 10 degrees above where we should be. For Monday then, all kinds of sunshine. And I don't know about you, but I am ready to see the sun once again. High temperatures on Monday into those low 40s. For Tuesday, some high clouds out there, but we're going to see plenty of sun first part of next week. Just slightly cooler for Tuesday with highs in the upper 30s. And notice all of this cold weather going all the way down into parts of New Mexico and Arizona. We will stay on the mild side even into Wednesday. Partly cloudy, ridge of high pressure once again over the Pacific Northwest. It'll be mild for Wednesday with high temperatures in the low 40s. All right, getting you to that 7-day forecast. 27 overnight tonight. It's going to be a chilly one. Cloudy and still cool for Friday. 35 our high temperature, and then we get into the 40s, and boy, won't that feel nice. Cloudy and 80% chance of rain as we kick off the weekend Saturday. 45 with partly cloudy skies on Sunday, and then lots of sunshine to begin our next work week on Monday, and 42. 38 with some high clouds Tuesday, and then partly cloudy and 41 as we get you into Wednesday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Grantstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Land to hold on here, and he will not.
Tune in to NCWLIFE channel for coverage of local sports this winter. Coverage is brought to you by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, BioSports Physical Therapy, Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, and Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Watch eSpots and Wenatchee Sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
One-handed jab.
What once was old now is new to the NCWLIFE channel. Tune in for Bonanza, Superman, The Andy Griffith Show, The Beverly Hillbillies, The Invisible Man, The Lone Ranger, and The Lucy Show. Check your program guide for classic programming on NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station.
And a good Thursday to you. The Kraken continue their East Coast road trip against the Islanders tonight. Seattle's hoping to carry the energy and early effort from Tuesday night's game, which was a 4-2 win over Carolina. Jaden Schwartz, Coach Dan Biles must say the focus needs to be on getting out to a good start.
Obviously it was a good game for us. I thought, it's just one game, but obviously that can give us a little confidence with how we can play. Just believing in what we're doing, digging in for each other, just being a little bit more focused and dialed in. It's just one game, but we got to do it again here tonight.
Well, I think clearly it was a mindset the guys talked about before the game, and clearly it was a mindset we brought to the game. We talked about why we limited them to 16 shots, and we limited them to 16 shots because of how we broke the puck out, the hard plays we made, getting it by the defense, and our puck play in the neutral zone just being, it's never perfect, it's never all the time, but it was a majority of the time, and as a result, we fed into our game and didn't feed into their game, and that's if we're going to be a successful team, that's got to be the mentality night in and night out.
Tonight's game is being broadcast on ESPN Plus and Hulu TV. Well, Mike McDonald is back at work coaching the Seahawks after welcoming the arrival of a baby boy Tuesday. As Seattle prepares to visit Arizona Sunday, Coach McDonald and his wife Stephanie had the couple's first child on Tuesday night.
Well, I guess kind of cat's out of bag by now, but Steph had our boy last night, and both are happy and healthy. Man, it's a kind of a crazy statement to say out loud, but yeah, we're really excited. We're really blessed, obviously. Man, what women can do is just an unbelievable thing. So, what a warrior she is, and she's awesome. So I'll see her later on at the hospital, but I think it was an incredible night, and just thankful for everybody at the hospital, the doctors, the nurses. I mean, those people are A++ in what they do. It's pretty awesome that that's what they do every day, and the stuff they work through. So just really blessed, really excited. Can't wait to see him again tonight. And here we go.
Is there a name?
Yeah, Jack David McDonald. So welcome to the world.
While he and the Seahawks family are rejoicing in baby Jack, they're also having to prepare to face a Cardinals team they just faced 2 weeks ago.
I don't think we look at it through the lens of whether it's more difficult or easier. It's just kind of is what it is. Kind of the information that you get in is a little more recent than normal when you play a team the second time. But I think you look at it like any other week. The thoughts, when you play a team twice, what went into the game plan, how you felt during the game, how we debriefed, and obviously you're going to apply that, through what's happened over the last week or so, and kind of the game that's sandwiched in between it. So I'd say it's probably definitely way more like normal week than not.
As the Seahawks defense has improved greatly over the past 3 games, the offense has suffered through several stall moments during contests. DK Metcalf says as long as they're winning, he's not concerned.
I don't think we're looking pretty much into that aspect of it. We're winning games, and we score when we need to. So I think that's just the only positive we can take away from it and continue to build on it. But with the message going forward has been to start faster and to continue to hold that streak that we have. If we come out and score points on the first drive or in the first couple drives that we have, then that's always a positive. But I don't think we're looking too much into the skid that we've been on because, we've been winning games.
Metcalf went down with an apparent leg injury during the Jets game last Sunday. He was asked if he thought it was serious.
Hell yeah. I ain't just gonna sit down there. My foot went numb. I've never felt that. Only other time I felt that was when I broke my neck. Was my arm went numb and it felt like it was on fire. That same thing that happened in the game. My foot was numb. Cal fan came over. He was like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Bro, it feels like a puddle of blood is in my cleat." And he just started pressing my foot and he was like, "Does that hurt?" I was like, "No." He was like, "Oh, you're gonna be fine." And then I was like, "All right, bet."
So what was it?
It was he hit a perennial, I think he said, nerve in my knee that shot down to my foot, and it was just like hitting your funny bone.
Seattle and Arizona kick off Sunday at 1:05. That'll be on CBS. Eastern Washington came out on top in a high-scoring affair in men's college basketball last night. The Andrew Crook scored 20 points, while Emmett's Marquard had 16. Eastern beat North Dakota 87-81. Haley Van Lith led TCU with 16 points as the Horned Frogs beat Florida Atlantic 78-42 in women's college basketball. South Dakota State beat up Eastern Washington 81-58, and Oregon knocked off Washington State 85-70. The prep basketball schedule is chock full of games tonight. Wenatchee hosts Brewster in girls basketball, while Moses Lake hosts Kennewick. Liberty Bell visits Omak. The 6 o'clock games have Cascade at Manson, Pateras hosts Okanagan, and Curlew visits Tonasket. On the boys' side, Brewster plays at Wenatchee at 7. Kennewick visits Moses Lake. Omak hosts Liberty Bell at 7:15. Cascades at Manson at 7:30, while Tonasket hosts Curlew. The games, by the way, tonight at Wenatchee High School will be broadcast on our stream at NCWLIFE channels platforms. You can watch the action on Facebook and our website. Grant Olson with a call. Girls tip it up at 5:30. The boys follow at 7 o'clock. There's a couple of wrestling jamborees happening tonight. Brewster, Chelan, Lake Roosevelt, Manson, Okanagan, Omak, Oroville, all at Liberty Bell. Clallam Roslyn is hosting Cascade, Kittitas, Natchez Valley, and Royal. Other head-to-head matches, Prosser's at Ephrata at 7 o'clock, while Quincy visits Sela. While the winter sports season is underway, still some tidying up to do for the fall sports schedule. The prep football season wraps up at Husky Stadium tomorrow and Saturday with 6 classes of state championships on tap. Friday's schedule starts with the 1B title game at 11 a.m. between Wilbur Creston Keller and Liberty Christian. Royal faces Seton Catholic at 3 o'clock for the 1A title. O'Day and Bellevue vie for the 3A title. That'll be at 7 o'clock. Saturday's championships begin with the 2B title between Okanagan and Napavine at 11 a.m. Anacortes and Tumwater meet for the 2A title at 3. The weekend wraps up Saturday night at 7 o'clock in the 4A title game between Sumner and Camas. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Thursday.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. When you have a second, we'd love for you to take our online survey about NCWLIFE's news and programming. Your responses will help us better serve the North Central Washington community. You can find that survey on our website at ncwlife.com. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night.